Hey everybody, don't get anxious, get prepared. Your career engineer right here. How's that blocking my face? Listen, today we're talking about employment scams and what you need to know how to do so you don't get caught up in getting, let me do this, caught up in getting hustled or getting scammed while you are looking for a great opportunity. So get your pen, get your paper, get your digital devices. Make sure you're liking us and following us and all that good stuff that you do here on this platform because we're going to come back in it to win it. So we make sure that you don't get scammed. So don't go anywhere. Career Engineer is right here and we going to talk about this right now. Hey, we're going to keep it real and keep it relevant. Now I got to figure out what is happening with my thing. Okay, that's a lot better. So listen, don't get anxious, get prepared. Career engineer right here. That will be me. Welcome to TCEnow.com, which is the powerhouse of TCE TV. We thank you for being here. If you have comments or questions, please put them in the comment of right wherever you're watching this from so that we can engage with you and get the information and things that you need. Really excited to talk about this today because unfortunately, even though we have this wonderful we've got what 10.9 million, I think, job openings at the time of me talking to you today. So it's a great time to look for work or make that transition to move up or move out, or if you decide to stick around. But you know what? The predators have got the memo too, and they have found ways to get folks jacked up, and we don't want that to happen. So I'm going to share with you some tips and tricks so that you can be protected, be prepared, so you don't get anxious in one of these types of things. So let's see. One first thing I want to do, make sure again you visit us everywhere, tcenow.com. Join our newsletter, get your free gift every week. Every Friday, our TCE Weekly comes out, and we'd love for you to be a part of our family. Right there is where you can subscribe and be a part of who we are. So again, I want to make sure that we get this information, get it real. How to vet a real job from a scam job. Now, this isn't unique to employment stuff. I mean, my phone gets hit with all kinds of you won this, you won that, or my Amazon account got hacked and all this kind of stuff, right? There's legitimate stuff with that, but a lot of it is definitely not real. So I want you to make sure that when it comes to the employment house, right, that you know the real jobs from the scam jobs. Again, if you have questions, I definitely want them here so we can get. Hey, and hey, what's up, Antoinette? Welcome. Thank you for being here. Again, we're like, I usually put this on LinkedIn, and you know what happened? Let me tell y'all what happened. I forgot. It happens. Hey, if you do it, my day is like, okay, I forgot. But we shared the YouTube link there. So feel free to share this with others and invite and be a part of the conversation. So, but this is also important for entrepreneurs because you know who else is getting scammed besides the career seekers? Business owners, people who are self-employed, people who are entrepreneurs, that person that has their job on their kitchen table and they're trying to work it out, trying to get into the right places and spaces, and so folks are wasting your time with scams. So let's jump into this because I want to make sure we don't miss anything. So here's one of the things that I just shared. I'm going to be blogging more about this once. I love to write, guys. I just gotta, maybe one of y'all can give me some tips on to get my writing game back strong. I love to write. I just haven't had the time, right? So look, my grandmama told me something way back when, okay? I mean, this is like legacy wisdom, like back in the day and even back again wisdom. If it's too good to be true, I'm talking to you career seekers and changers. I'm talking to you entrepreneurs. I'm talking to you about your life and your relationships. If it's too good to be true, okay? It ain't true. It just doesn't make sense. It ain't happening. And let me give you the example for all of my entrepreneurs and all of my career people. 30 bucks an hour, 50 bucks an hour, $100 an hour, $10,000 a week, $7,500 a week. No experience necessary. You ain't got to do nothing. You just got to show up and smile because we like you because you're all of that and a bag of chips. You better run. You better not click. You better not get involved. If you don't have the competencies, right, to do a thing that merits that kind of value, don't let your vanity or your ego get in the way. And I'm gonna tell you, a lot of these folks play to vanity and ego. Play to vanity and ego. I'm working on LinkedIn, but this is better. Yeah, I mean, so every thank you, Anthony. Yeah, I am always live on YouTube. Always. I just sometimes I like to share it on LinkedIn because I know my folks. But 12 noon every Monday live on YouTube. So definitely subscribe and share us with your friends. We're always live on YouTube at 12 noon lunchtime on Monday. So thank you for being here. So again, the $30 an hour, and that's again, I'm going to tell you, entrepreneurs, you guys are getting hustled too. There's a lot of people. Once you go and get your, this is an extra for y'all. Once you go and do your legitimate business, which is what I mean, I remember this way back 100 years ago, got my little business license from my commerce department in my city or my county. Please understand that stuff is public, it is published, and people will call you and tell you how they want to partner with you and all kinds of stuff to get you to pay to play. Right? Get you to pay to play. This is for entrepreneurs as well as my employees. Be aware, be cautious about pay to play opportunities. And I'm seeing it from some of the most seasoned people. I get stuff in my email box all the time. Now, please understand, I am a consultant. I do have fees for folks that I work with to help build their businesses, get their, LinkedIn or their career profile ready to share the wisdom that I've acquired over these many, many years of being your career engineer. It ain't free, right? You can't, there's a whole lot of stuff up in this hat, right? So we do have, and I don't apologize for my fees, and neither should you. But pay to play is a different conversation. So you need to be aware that some of the scams out here, and this is what we mean for pay to play. You gotta, okay, you can work for me, but it's going to cost you $500 for the training program. You can work for me, but the application is $295. Yeah, I'll hire you. Now I can't guarantee no hours, but you have to pay this, and this in order for me to give you whatever this little piece of money. Like you got to put out 1,000, and I'm going to give you 500. Okay. Entrepreneurs, here's your biggest thing. I mean, and this is just, I'm going to put this as a personal anecdote. I understand it's a business model, but you know how many opportunities I get to be in someone's book if I pay for it? I'm going to keep it real. I have never done that ever. When you have seen, I mean, I'm just keeping it real. I understand it's a business model. People make a lot of money for it. So if you decide to do it because it fits your brand and you are aware of who benefits and all the perks and the pitfalls, make your own sound decision. But I'm speaking to folk who think that pay to play is not pay to play, that you think is really an opportunity. No, it's a marketing tool. So if I'm in your book, if you see me in the book, if you see me as someone I did not pay to be there, thank God by God's grace and other things, right? Someone thought my intelligence and my know-how was credible enough to bring me on their world. Okay. Now I love to support folks, things that, someone, I mean, I'll put an ad in the paper or stuff like, well, not the paper, you understand. I'll put an ad somewhere to help market my business. That's not pay to play. That's marketing. But what I'm saying is, this ego stuff. In fact, someone I know, someone in America was, they're such a wonderful, wonderful business leader, entrepreneurs, but it'll cost you $3,000 to be in this magazine. Oh, come on. And I shared to the person again. You could be in the magazine. You can take $3,000. I can get you a TV gig. You're on TV for 3 or 4 months. I mean, if we got marketing dollars, right? So just be careful. If you think you're approached by something like that in the employment world or business world, ask these questions. Who benefits from this? Ask the person, how do you make your money with this? Just so you can get the data and then you can decide if it's a good fit for you. Okay. So that you can decide, right? Antoinette's giving me a yes and some LOLs, but I keep it real. I mean, and like I said, I know folks who have done it, but the ones who are unaware that didn't know it was pay to play, that's where my heart breaks, because be aware and then make your decision. Okay, be aware. But I'm just letting you know, I don't do that. So if you're a magazine, you have some collaboration on the book thing, I don't do that. If you think I'm that great, in fact, I was in a book once. It was actually on it's just a little side, and the author was on Tara Banks' show. She was on national. She got picked up, she was a professor at a college, wrote about Black women going back to work. I was honored to write a chapter for her book because it was the right thing to do. She was amazing. She thought I was amazing. I thought that was cool too. Hey, I'm sitting on TV. Ah, there she is. You know what she did? She said, "We have a chapter about a career engineer." Oh, I was like, that made my day. Priceless. I couldn't pay for that if I had enough money. So just be careful about that. I know I kind of soapbox that, but that's how important I am about that, because a lot of people get scammed, entrepreneurs and employees. Second, if you see an opportunity, W-2s, I'm talking to you all too, obviously, and you don't, after reading the job description, after reading the business proposal, you don't have a clue what this involves, right? I'm sorry, guys, I got allergies. It's allergies. Don't lose your mind. It's allergies. You don't have an idea. Like, okay, this is what the job is. I've read it, but what do I do again? That's warning, warning. Job descriptions should be very specific. They really should. And actually, bona fide vetted employers, 50 or more, sometimes even the smaller guys, but a larger company, they will list job descriptions to make sure it's meeting all of our EEOC rules and OSHA rules and things of that nature, and ADA. Okay, so sitting, standing, here's what's required, here's what's preferred, here's the duties, I mean, if you're going to be in a freezer 50% of the time, or you got to be outside 50% of the time, those should be how job descriptions are made, not just come on in here, you're going to do some calling, some filing, and do all things that manager tells you to do. That's not a job description. So if you don't see specification, being specific, I can't get my words right today, be concerned before you move forward. Same thing with my entrepreneurs. If you're going to get in a collaboration or a joint venture or anything like that, stuff need to be on paper so you don't get scammed, right? Everybody needs to know what's it all about, right? I mean, know their rules and know their guidelines and rules of engagement and things of that nature, right? You need to know that. So that's what's up. Yeah. So see yeah, woohoo and push up all around, right? Antoinette, that's what's up. And Antoinette, be so kind. Go ahead and put your website and things in our chat. I love to network folks and shout folk out on folks who join our video. Like I said, we definitely get a lot of viewers after because we do circulate it to our community of subscribers, and we thank all of our community of subscribers for doing what we do here. So again, failure to be specific. So again, if you're hiring or you're offering an opportunity, get that letter of agreement, memorandum, or have your job descriptions to be specific, not too narrow. You're going to be doing brain surgery on that particular part of the vessel, but I'm just saying, folks should be able to read it and know what they're doing. Here's another one to avoid getting scammed. Y'all know I got a bunch of them here, but here's the deal. I need to make sure my employees, my talent understands the difference between a W-2 opportunity and a 1099 opportunity. I had several, particularly kind of was stronger during the COVID world. We had a lot of people shift. Excuse me, what is all this on my lip? A lot of people shift, from W-2 to gigabyte, jobs, the gig economy, and all that stuff, and just other things to make a living when things got really tough. And then there was an expectation that they thought certain things, I'm going to make $40 an hour. Yay. However, that was a 1099. You need to understand what that means. You are responsible. IRS is going to be knocking on your door for certain things, right? So make sure when you get an opportunity, and again, if it's not specific, which it should be, a W-2 should be specific. Payroll taxes coming out of there, okay? That's the difference, not this under cash table thing. But you need to understand the difference. And the main difference, again, W-2, all the payroll taxes are coming out, unemployment, all those unemployment taxes. You're not responsible for your taxes at the end of the year. 1099, it's all on you. So yes, you might get a $50 an hour gig, but you better make sure you get a third of that money sitting somewhere, depending on how your tax, I'm not a tax advisor, don't pretend to be one, but whether you're a business entity or the way you do your taxes, you got to make sure you're not having something due April 15th. Okay. And know the difference. I have a client who is making this incredible amount of money, but he's not a W-2. Or there was a job that was probably 15 bucks less as a W-2, but he didn't have to pay for his health care. He's getting contributions in terms of a nice 401, what are those kind of things, other things. So that there's a benefit. You got to decide which is the best one for you. But my bottom line is you need to know the differences where the employee needs to be educated on that, because you might sign up for something thinking one thing and it's another thing and you mad at them, but you were unaware. So we need to tighten up on that, okay? We need to tighten up on that. For those who may have just tuned in, what is this woman talking about right now? We are talking about employment scams, okay? Job scams, employment scams, how to vet a real job from a fake one. And this is universal messaging to my employees, my entrepreneurs, myself, my self-employed, and even your life, right? You need to know a real job from a scam job, right? I know all of us have seen these. And like I said, I can look at my phone or my email, and it's just more. They're really good these days. They're almost looking like the real thing from my bank or from my whatever. But just like in the job world, they've jumped on this too. So if you're getting unsolicited emails, those of you who are putting all your resume and all your, where you live and your phone number all up there on these job sites, I'm not going to say which one because I don't think my lawyer has enough money to fight that. But y'all get the major ones you see on television, okay? Because all your stuff is there. You don't know who's in the middle reading that. I'm just saying. So be careful where you put everything. But sometimes folks can have access to your cell phone, your text, and all that kind of good stuff. So just like anything else, if you didn't apply somewhere and you can't trace where this contact is coming from, again, $50 an hour, you gotta do nothing, work from home, and all this stuff. Where is it coming from? Remember, who are you? How are we connected? Where is it coming from? Even with my favorite social media space, y'all know who it is. It's not the F1, it's the L1. I love that space. But guess what? Predators have found their way even on some of the best professional networking sites, online and offline. So you really have to watch out for unsolicitation. I believe the career seekers and entrepreneurs should really drive the process. That's why I'm big on you all deciding where to send your stuff. Don't blast stuff everywhere and think something's going to hit it. You need to be strategic and intentional who you want to work for or who you want to work with. Okay, you need to drive that process. I got a request today for someone to do something else, and I'm gonna, have a strategic meeting. I'm vetting them. I'm googling their name. I'm doing all kind of stuff before I even give my time. But again, those unsolicited ones are the biggest warnings that this might be a scam and not a real job. And y'all know I cannot do a show without dropping a push up on you, y'all. I got to drop a push up. And here's where I'm coming from, particularly in a market like now. This is definitely a talent driven market. I told you months ago, I don't know how long it's going to last. It's been like 5, 6 months. It's been your market for you to make your decisions, for you to drive the process. So there's lots of opportunities. You ain't got to settle. Remember, I told y'all, don't settle for stuff. Have yourself in a position to select. So when in doubt, check it out or do it out. Okay, that's your push up that summarizes all this here. When in doubt, check it out or do without. I mean, Antoinette is just loving everything here I'm saying today. So thank you, Antoinette, for being here. And again, make sure you definitely oh my goodness, I can't, yeah, do what I'm trying to say? Subscribe and all that good stuff. And as I'm closing out, feel free to drop those. I know she's like the Delaware blogger, but I want her to put her website and stuff there, so it can be clickable for the folks who'll meet you after this conversation. So yeah, when in doubt, check it out or do without, and you decide how deep you want to check things out. Remember, Google is your friend. We can Google anybody or anything to see how legit it is. And that's the real deal. So I want everyone to have an incredible week, a fantastic week. We like to start these things off on Monday so you can be prepared and positioned for success, to be powerful and purposeful in all the things you do. We're here 12 noons to be live, but we enjoy your comments and everything later. And then people if you look at any of my past videos here, if someone asks me a question about a video, even if it's like months ago, do I answer it? Of course I do, because that's just the way I roll. So, but if you do miss me here, you can always find us at tcenow.com. We have a contact form there, of course, but if you have a question or comment, send it to me at info@tcenow.com about this or anything else about the career engineer. And we are more than happy to oblige. So, again, I want you all to have an amazing, amazing week. Remember, don't get anxious, get prepared in everything you do. And let me see, what else I want to say to y'all at the time of this video. Um, I don't know. How do y'all like the hat? It's all about the hat life. I just realized too that my backlight wasn't on. So my ring light may or may not be doing all of its job, but I just realized I didn't have my backlight on. So if this is like a sexy kind of broadcast, because I've got the little dark thing in the back, let me know. Give me your comments about that. All right. So in the meantime, again, you guys be blessed. I will be with you next time. Make it happen. Make me proud. Be blessed.